Year's resolution is to eat a little bit healthier this year, and what's helping me out here is Factor. Get ready for the new year. Factor's ready-to-eat meal delivery takes the stress out of meal planning, sets you up for success in the new year. Skip the grocery store's prep or cooking fatigue. Instead, get chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your door. With over 35 meals to choose per week, including options like keto, calorie smart, vegan, and veggie, plus over 55 add-ons, you have a ton of nutritious flavors options to kickstart your New Year's resolution. Forget frantic lunch preps, rush dinners. Factor's 2-minute meals are your secret weapon for the New Year's. Fuel up fast with restaurant-quality meals, all delivered right to your door. Factor now offers loads of snack options like breakfast smoothies, juice, snacks, and more to keep you going no matter what the schedule is. Skip the overpriced takeout trap. Factor is cheaper and way more delicious than takeout. Get chef-crafted restaurant-quality meals delivered right to your door. They're ready to heat and eat in just 2 minutes, which means more time for you. Need a special occasion meal? Gourmet Plus is the perfect Factor solution for looking for fast, upscale options done easily. When things get hectic, Factor is flexible. Change your order up every week with plans to 4 to 18 meals per week, or pause and reschedule deliveries anytime. Factor has everything I need for the week of flavorful, nutritious eats. In addition to ready-to-eat meals, they have cold-pressed juices, smoothies, energy bites, extra protein, veggie sides, and more to keep me energized during the frantic times. Head to factormeals.com/LionsChat50. Use code LionsChat50 to get a 50% off. That's code LionsChat50 at factormeals.com/LionsChat50 to get 50% off. We are here with the One Pride Podcast, talk all things Detroit Lions, news and rumors. Yeah. We're definitely going to get into that today. Yeah. So we're coming today. We're definitely coming with the good stuff. And hopefully you guys enjoy it. Yeah, they are some yummy, ready-to-eat meals. They are, man. I had one the other day. It was really, really good. It was good. It was chicken, like teriyaki type of yummy. So it was really good. But we're going to talk about the Detroit Lions here. That's what it's all about. We're going to get into the latest. What is going on, Jeff? What's going on, everybody, in the comment section? Appreciate you guys hanging out and getting after it for sure. We got a lot to talk about today. Rams fans, what is going on with these guys? They're crying a lot. They're getting upset. They keep saying we're cheaters and we're all sorts of weird stuff here. We're a bunch of intentionally trying to hurt people. We're dirty. This is not true, man. It's not true at all. We're not a dirty team. We're not cheaters. Okay, that's not even close. Oh my God, we're cheating. Okay, well look, we're not cheating. It's not happening. It is what it is. You guys lost. We won. It is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. Kirby Joseph is not a dirty player. Come on, he's like one of the nicer guys on this team. Sheesh, man. I mean, you could say that I'm a dirty player. Okay, but come on, man. Kirby Joseph. J. Curb, no life, yo life. Come on, man. This dude's not a dirty player. He's a good player. I mean, he's getting it done. He's tackling the way it should be tackled. No one likes injuries. Not even, look at, did we call dirty player on players where we get injured? Nope, we didn't do that, especially Sam Laporta's. Same type of thing right there. So it just, sometimes it is what it is. It's a sport that deals with a lot of pain and misery and punishment, and sometimes it's going to happen. You know, sometimes you gotta get injured. So it is what it is. You're dirty, clean your game up. I'm great. I definitely gotta clean my game up there. So Stafford being a little bit salty, calling Kirby Joseph dirty, and being upset. Man, Staff, look, man, stop being dirty. Right? That's what he's saying. Stop being negative, bro. You lost. It is what it is. The fans are not gonna cheer for you when you're trying to beat us. Just like when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers come here on Sunday, they're not going to be loved, okay? If the Lions were to travel to San Francisco or to Tampa Bay or anybody else, guess what? We're going to get booed. That's just the name of the business. Their fans want their team to win. Our fans want our team to win. Home field advantage. That's what the home field advantage is all about. So It is nothing against you, Stafford. That's just the way it is. And no, our fans are not booing your kids. That is the most ridiculous thing I think I've ever heard in my entire life. Kelly Stafford, we're not booing your kids, okay? Like, that's the most ridiculous thing. Oh, my goodness. So, look, I wish the Rams nothing but the best after this unless they played the Detroit Lions. It is what it is. Yeah, be professional, take your loss like a man. Hey, it's not like they all of a sudden threw a flag 30 seconds later after something happens. So it is what it is. Yeah, did the Lions screw the sideline of the Steelers game talking to Mike Tomlin, the coach of the Steelers? Well, we've been screwed a billion times over. I don't like when guys don't wrap up. Yeah, if we want to talk about problems, it's about wrapping up. But we got a big game on Sunday, and it's Lions in Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I don't know about you guys, but I've been in the comment section of PFF and other streams, and I'm just watching what Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans are saying, that it's an automatic loss and all this. Oh, that's not the case. It's not an automatic win for the Lions. It's not an automatic loss. The reality of the situation is you got two teams facing off at Ford Field, and if you go by stats, and that's why Vegas has the Lions as 6.5-point favorite, the Lions are the better team. Doesn't mean the Lions are going to win? No, doesn't mean the Lions win. Doesn't mean that the Buccaneers automatically lose? No, it doesn't mean that. But the reason why the Lions are favored is because they're the better football team. It has nothing to do with anything else. Right now, the media is on the side of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and we all expected it. They're never on the side of the Detroit Lions. I'm doing receipts of this. The same people, Pete Prisco from CBS, has been doubting the Lions for like the past 5 weeks, picking the Lions to lose nearly every game. It's just lose. It's like, okay, we get it. We understand. So if you're a Buccaneer fan out there, my suggestion to you is just kind of don't just believe the hype that the media is saying. They've been doing this to our team all the time. Automatic loss. The narrative was not about Jared Goff. It's about Matthew Stafford. It's about how the Rams lost. It's always like this. And maybe it's a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan, you've experienced this as well. It's not like your team is the best-known franchise on the planet. So I would just don't believe the hype and just kind of just go with what the stats are saying or what your gut is kind of saying too. Let's keep it 100, man. These are two good teams facing at it. They're two physical teams facing at it. The Detroit Lions already beat Tampa Bay 20-6. Does it mean they're going to beat them this time? No. But they're two good physical teams playing each other on Sunday. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be physical. It's going to be good offense. I think there's going to be a good offensive showing both sides. I think the defenses will show up in spurts in this game. I do think Tampa Bay's got the better defense. I do. I do think the Detroit Lions got the better offense. I do. And I think with the Lions being at home and the crowd being the way that it is, absolutely crazy, that the Detroit Lions will win the game. That's what I think. It's not being negative, and this is why I think this. Lions offense, points per game, 5th in the NFL. Bucks offense, 20th in the NFL. Lions total yards per game, 3rd in the NFL. Bucks offense, 17th in the NFL. Passing run game, or passing for the Detroit Lions, 2nd in the NFL. Passing, 17th in the NFL. Lions run game, 5th in the NFL. Rushing offense for the Bucks, 32nd in the NFL. Turnovers, Lions are 0. They're +8. That's where they're definitely got an advantage there. Lions offense is better than the Buccaneers offense. We go to their defense, Bucks defense. Points per game, they allow 7th in the NFL. The defense for the Lions is 23rd, so they're better there. 23rd total yards per game for the Bucks defense. The Detroit Lions is 19th, so the Lions are better there. Passing yards per game, Bucks defense 29th in the NFL. Passing yards for the Lions defense 27th. The Lions are better there. Bucks defense rushing yards per game 5th in the NFL. Lions rush defense 2nd in the NFL, so they're better there. So I do think their defense is a little, I'm not giving too much credit, Buzz. I do think they're a little bit better. I'm not saying they're a whole lot better, but I do think their defense is a little bit better. I've watched their games, and I do think they're a little bit better. Does it mean that we're going to lose? Absolutely not. I think the Detroit Lions are overall the better team, and they're going to win this game. But I'm not taking the Bucs lightly. I don't think anybody should take any team lightly. But at the same time, I was more nervous about the Rams game than I am the Bucs game, and that's not negative towards the Bucs. I just think the Rams are a better football team than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and we just beat the Los Angeles Rams. So I think the Lions can beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We faced Tampa Bay the first time. We didn't have Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, Jonah Jackson in the game. There's other individuals we didn't have in the game. A lot of injuries, and CJ Gardner-Johnson, they're coming back in this game, and it's at home. So if I'm a Bucs fan looking at this logically, I'd be worried. I would be. I think that they'll be like, okay, Lions here is not a joke. It's gonna be a difficult game, and I think that's the way that the Buccaneers fans should approach it. Stop acting like it's gonna be an automatic win for you guys. I think automatic win is a terrible way to put this for any team. And the Buccaneers got a good offensive line, not great. It's 11th in the NFL. I think the Lions will get pressure. Aidan Hutchinson right now is playing out of his mind. 7 sacks in 3 games. I don't know what's going on with Aidan Hutchinson, but he's starting to tear it up and he's starting to take it to the next level from being a really good edge rusher to an elite one right now. And that's great news for the Lions because we need that eliteness. And 100% we need him to get after Baker Mayfield. I just seen a comment. They said if you take Aidan Hutchinson out, the Lions defense is nothing. Okay, but if I take great players off other teams, their teams are nothing. If I took, I don't know, Peyton Manning off the Denver Broncos or when he was at the Colts or Tom Brady, you can't just automatically say, well, if you take this player out, they're not going to do good. That's not reality, though. The players on the team. It's like, okay, if I take Levante David off the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, that means we're going to do better. Okay, but Levante David is still on their team, and he's a very good linebacker. That's not reality. So I'm not going to – I see these, and it's not reality. Take Jared Goff out of the game. Guess what? The Lions offense probably not going to do as good as what they're doing. Guess what? Jared Goff is the Lions quarterback. So – we're got to find out on Sunday. It's like I have no reason to gloat or say my team's automatically going to win because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter what other people say. It only matters what the Lions players and the Buccaneers players do on Sunday. That's all that matters. What's up, Kaylin? It's only matters is what they do on Sunday. So the media can talk and they can destroy the Detroit Lions and say it's automatic loss and every single one can pick the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's fine. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you say. It only matters what happens on game day. Everybody picked the Dallas Cowboys to win. It didn't work out so well for them. Everybody picked the Rams win. It didn't work out so well for them. Everybody picked Cleveland to beat the Texans. It didn't work out for them. So who cares what the media says? Who cares what I say? At the end of the day, the only thing that really matters is what the stats and the facts say and what happens on game day. That's the only thing it matters. That's the only thing about. I haven't heard anything on Houston. I'm trying to keep up on that 9 drinks. Like I've been literally clicking nonstop to figure out if something breaks. So we haven't heard anything. And as soon as I know, I know I'm going to make a video on it on Lions Nation Unite. So as soon as we get the word on that, I'll make a video. It will be breaking news video on Lions Nation Unite today. What up, Hunter Minkus? All the media picked the Rams. And look, that's the way it is. And I actually like it when they do this because it gives false hope to teams and fans, and it's disrespectful to the Lions. So I like it. I love being the underdog. I love when the media and they're doing it again. I love it. I love how all the media is picking the Buccaneers to win. I'm just like, okay, go ahead. At the end of the day, it's disrespecting the Lions players. They take the receipts and they go with it. Can we agree that Sutton is oh, yeah, he is. Right now he's a liability, Kevin. He absolutely is a liability. And we got to get better in the secondary. Man, we got in this offseason, that's where we got to get better is the corner position, the edge position. We'll probably have to get a guard. Oh, 100% he's a liability right now. But we have nobody out there that can do anything. And you got to understand how Aaron Glenn is doing this defense. I keep saying this. What's up, Hernando? $1.99 super. Hernando says, what's up, Mike? I bought my Jared Goff jersey. Hernando, awesome. Awesome that you got Jared Goff jersey. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for that super chat. $1.99 right there. At the end of the day, I like being the underdog. I like being the one that everybody doubts. For me, it's just like I sit back, okay, you're setting it up for failure when you do this. All the pressure then gets put on Tampa Bay. It don't get put on us. Everybody doubts us. $1.99 Cy Gray. What's up, brother? Thank you so much, man, for the fist bumps. Appreciate you, Cy Gray, dropping a $1.99 super chat. Rich Eisen knows more about the Lions, Robert Bruce, than most because he's a Michigan fan, and so that's where he gets his he follows it. A lot of these analysts, they don't follow the sports much. They don't. Okay, they don't follow the Lions. We're a small market, and they just assume we lose. That's where it's coming from, is they just assume it. Instead of actually looking at the data, they assume it. I look at the data. I have to do a scouting report every week for Herman Moore. I get this big old gigantic scouting report. I take my time. I go through each player, their strengths and their weaknesses every single week. I got here on Mike Evans. Here, I'll show you. This is what I do every single week. I want you guys to see this. It's not just because, oh, why does Mike pick the way he does? Why does he do this? I'm going to show you right now why I do what I do. Let me get this screen capture up here. And we're going to do this. And I'm going to show you, because I want people to see why I do what I do. And this is for Bucs fans. I do this every single week. This is for Lions fans. This is what I do every single week. Now you get to see. Okay? As soon as the game's over, I get to work. As soon as the game was over on Sunday night, I couldn't sleep. Okay, Monday morning, I began my scouting report for the Lions versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I go by stats. I don't go by feelings. Okay, $5 super chat from Stephen Patricia. $5 super chat, Big Chug. What's the time to be alive on? Seen you on the grind with us for years, LFG. Thank you for the $2 super chats. Bring the sucks from Stephen Patricia. First time super chat for Stephen. Shout out to you. Thank you so much, Mr. Big Chug. Thank you so much. 2 $5 super chats. So I go through it. I go through pretty much each player. This is what I do every single week. Sometimes there's not much. Like this guy, Trey Palmer, there's not much. He hasn't really done anything, so I'm not going to waste my time. But I go through each player, what their strengths, what their weaknesses is, offense, defense, and special teams. Once I go through it, I give their offensive line, talk about everything. Okay? I talk about all the stats that they do. This is all me writing this, and then I give my overall opinion at the very end. Okay? I'm not doing this. I don't just talk out my butt. I'm not going to be a talking head out there and just, well, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to go with the Detroit Lions because that's the way that I am. I do it because it's like, okay, I do the combinations. Lions offense versus Tampa Bay defense versus Lions offense. Who is players we got to look out for? Who are players that could be an X factor, right, that we're not even looking at? Who are their fourth string wide? Who's a running back? Who's this? What have they done throughout the year? At the very end, I accumulate it. Offensive line, as you can tell here, is big for me. Offensive line is big. It's something that people don't consider that much. Well, I think it's a big deal. I go through all these players, and I tell you, okay, so this is what it is. And at the very end, I give you my opinion. And in my opinion, my humble opinion, the Lions are better football team. When you go through it all, they're the better football team. Doesn't necessarily mean they're going to win, because any team can have a bad day. A great team can have a bad day, and a bad team can have a really good day. And that's why there's parity in the National Football League. This is not college where it's like almost a given, right? This is different in the NFL. So I go with statistics. And the statistics are showing right now that the Lions have a better shot to win the game. That's what I go with. Okay? Guess what? If the Lions were facing the 49ers, statistics are going to say right now that the 49ers are going to win the game. 100%, and I will go with it. Doesn't mean the Lions don't have a shot. But if you look at the team, I think that they're the better team, right? And it's dependent where it's played at. Obviously, you beat San Francisco, so it's not – I don't care what the talking heads say. Mike Evans is going to eat. Yep, but that's okay. We're bend not break. And Mofo Jimbo, I've been saying this. Keenan Allen, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb. It was Puka Nacua last week, Mike Evans this week. They are eating. These wide receivers are getting theirs. So if you are, well, we can't really do fantasy now. Maybe there's some playoff fantasy, but he's going to get his. He may get 200 yards receiving. I'm willing to concede that because the Lions' corners are bad. But we're stopping the run. Their whole defense is predicated, okay, we're going to let you get this one guy. He's going to get massive yards, and your quarterback's going to get massive yards, but you're not going to run the football. And I believe this is what they think. Our guys will get turnovers. Our guys will stop you in the red zone. It is bend but not break. You're going to get Baker Mayfield will probably throw for 400 yards. Doesn't matter. If you're running 30 yards in a game, the odds are you're going to lose that game. If you can get over 100 yards rushing, generally speaking, you're going to win football games, right? You dictate how the game is run with time of possession, and the more chances of turnovers, i.e. more passing, turnovers win you games. So this is what I think they're doing, and it's been working. We have won. Yes. Justin Jefferson got a bajillion yards. We still won the game both times. Tampa Bay red zone's really solid. Yes, they are really solid. So is every team that we have been facing. But yet we're stopping teams from getting touchdowns. Rams were great in the red zone. I think they were the second best team in the NFL in red zone. They got 3 field goals. So, I mean, and it's really difficult to go into another team's house and win on the road. It's difficult. Teams have a hard time winning on the road. It's not like it's the easiest thing. The Lions are actually pretty good on the road. They're 6-2. It's not like not a lot of teams generally. And Rams are pretty good too on the road because they're basically their home game is not home games. They're always, taking on everybody. So, and then we beat them as a team that are used to playing on the road, and they're pretty good on it. So we beat them at home. So I'm not saying the Lions are it's automatic. I'll never say that. I think that's stupid. If I go, look, the Lions are automatically going to win this game, that is ridiculous. Okay? I have the Lions winning the game. Doesn't mean they are. And I think that Lions fans should be confident but not cocky. And I think that Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans shouldn't be cocky as well. They should be like, okay, we got to make sure everything, like every player's got to catch a football. We can't turn the football over. We got to do the right things. Lions have not dropping the football. We don't drop footballs, folks. Everybody's catching everything. The offense right now is like a machine. It is a legit machine out there, this Lions offense. I don't think we're going to score a touchdown every drive. I do not believe that. Tampa Bay's got a good defense, but make no mistake about it. the odds of Lions getting about 27 to 30 points seems to be high, and I expect them to get 27 points in this game. They're good at home. We're great offensively. We capitalize on turnovers. This offense is a machine. If you want to bring in a guy to stop the run, bring him another man in the box, the Lions will show you they will pass it, even at the end of the games. Okay, if you want to double St. Brown up, we will run it on you. And that's why it is so difficult for teams to stop the Detroit Lions offense. Playmakers galore. That's why I was so, that's why Jahmyr Gibbs is such a difference maker. Oh, you don't draft a guy at 12. Yeah, you do. When a guy can catch the football too. You can't, how are you going to stop the Lions offense? That's how I want to ask a legit question. How do you stop the Detroit Lions offense? And nobody is able to do it. It is nearly impossible to stop the Detroit Lions offense. We got we got probably the best offensive line of football. We got running backs that can run, and we got wide receivers that can catch 1 through 6. All receivers are good. Everyone can catch. So, like Khalif Raymond, he's probably not going to play in this game. And? I mean, it is what it is. And now you look at the Buccaneers offense. How do we stop it? Well, they're not good at the run game. We're going to stop the run. They're going to pass, but that's how we stop them. And then we're hoping to get a turnover or 2. Sunday, that's funny, Dragon fan Tim. Yeah, oh man, if you didn't hear that, oh my God, how are you going to deal with the weather? They asked Tampa Bay head coach. He's like, they're in a dome. Yeah, folks, we're in a dome. So they ain't got to worry about the weather there. Our offense is getting, yes, Azure. But that's the thing. That's why we got the best offensive line in football. Our weakness is getting to Jared Goff, and that is the weakness of this offense. With that said, it's difficult to get to Jared Goff because we're healthy on the offensive line. He's not like in theory, yes, if you get to Jared Goff, that is our weakness. Okay, but it's a wall right there, and nobody's really getting to him. And if you want to blitz, okay. Look what happened to the Minnesota Vikings who blitzed us 70% of the time. Okay, Tampa, you go ahead and blitz us. Jared Goff has nice little quick pass plays he does. And we run the football if you're going to blitz. It doesn't work out well. That's why we put up a ton of points on the Vikings. It's because we're good against the blitz. This offense is good against the blitz. Yes, before Jared Goff came to the Detroit Lions, he was bad against the blitz. But guess what? That was in L.A. He's good against the blitz right now. And we're putting up points because we got plays. Okay, if you want to blitz, we're going to do a screen. Okay, if you want to blitz, we're going to do a quick pass to St. Brown as a wide receiver screen. Just going to throw it to the right. Okay, if you want to blitz, I'm just going to dump it off to Jahmyr Gibbs. Okay, if you want to blitz, I'm going to do a jet sweep with St. Brown or Jamison Williams or Jahmyr Gibbs or a quick pass to David Montgomery. That's what they do. Robert Bruce with a $4.99 super. First time super right there. He says, I need to start giving back. I've been with you every minute, every game this year. Never had more fun. Can I get an oh my God? You can get an oh my God. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Robert Bruce, and you have been from day one, and I do appreciate you, brother. Oh my God. Oh my God. If you got questions, throw it in the comment section. We're going to go ahead and do some QA right now, and we're going to have some fun right here. We're going to have some fun. Let's get this up here. Oh my God. We are not the Vikings. 100% you're not the Vikings. But I'm trying to, buck crazy, I'm trying to explain to you that what I've heard is, well, they'll just blitz Jared Goff and we'll win. Okay, but other teams have done that, and it hasn't worked. So I think you guys are you're a better defense than the Minnesota Vikings. But if you're predicated on just beating us because blitzing, I'm trying to suggest that that's not going to work. You got to do other things. You got to mix coverages up. You got to disguise coverages. It's not just, oh, we're gonna blitz and you're gonna beat us. I'm not saying that at all. Yes, your defense is better than the Tampa or the Minnesota Vikings. It's not even a question. 100%. It's not even a question. I give your defense a ton of love. A ton of love. And it's going to be a problem, but I'm just trying to suggest that if you think that one way you're going to beat us is blitz, that's not going to be how you do it. They got to be more creative. And look, I think that your coach is smarter than this. We're just going to blitz. I was mainly talking about the fans that say that, or more that the talking heads in the mainstream media. That's what I'm trying to say. So I know your defense is much better. Let's see. You think CJ is getting more playing time? Yeah, I think he will. Yep. Yeah, look, blitzing's not bad. I think blitzing, if you think that the blitz is going to beat us, well, we're just going to blitz 7% of the time and that's going to win. It didn't work out so well for the Vikings. We're good against the blitz. This offense is good. We have multi-layered of players. It's not just like we got one player that's good, you take him away, we blitz, we win. That's not how it works here. That's why everyone has a hard time against the Detroit Lions offense. It's good. It's really good. That's why I give your team a lot of credit. You only allowed us to score 20 points. I mean, the odds are that's damn good. I mean, you got great defense, and for sure. Where are everyone putting? How can anyone forget? How can anyone for first time we played them? We are. Well, yeah. Look, we beat them the first time. Doesn't necessarily mean that's going to be the same result, right? Teams are different now. I think the Buccaneers are a better team, but I think we're a better team as well, and we're 100% healthy. So. Yeah, I don't think we're just learning the offense. Yeah, I agree. I think that your team is better now the first time. So I can't just necessarily say, okay, well, we beat them the first time. It's automatic the second time. Not necessarily. That's not necessarily. I think they were kind of figuring the offense out a little bit. I kind of agree with this statement right here. But, look, it's going to be a good game for sure. It's going to be a good game. And but the Lions are getting healthy. Breaking news, activated. Lions activate James Houston. So that's a big deal. James Houston, so Bucs fans out there who don't know, and I'm not trying to be mean. You may definitely don't know this. James Houston last year, half the season he played, had 8 sacks. This guy is a quarterback rusher like we've never seen. He's very fast. He's quick off the line, and it looks like he's going to be playing on Sunday. And, look, he's only probably going to play 10 to 15 snaps on passing downs. That's going to be a problem for – that's going to be a big-time problem for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and who we face. What Okwara did they release? Did they release Julian Okwara, or did they release Romeo Okwara? It hasn't popped up here yet. Information you cannot tell the general public. No, I don't. I do not have general. I generally will let you know if someone is telling me something. Generally, I ask. I didn't ask. I try not to be the pestering guy that acts, this is what I want to know. I try not to pester. Generally, people just let me know, or if I have a serious question, I ask. I get the information, and then I just kind of wait till they want me to release it. But that's what I do. But here, I do not have any. So is Julian Okwara released? That's not a big surprise. Julian Okwara has not even been activated for weeks. We should have released Cabinda. I agree. They love Jason Cabinda. But looks like breaking news. James Houston has been activated to the Detroit Lions right now, and that's great news for the Lions. I've been saying it. It would probably be this week. I thought it would be. But it's great news, man. Guess what? James Houston has been activated for the Detroit Lions. That's a big deal. That's another pass rusher to get after the quarterbacks that we face. You don't think, oh man, if it's going to be 3rd and down and 10, James Houston's going to be pass rushing. And our problems has been these long 3rd downs. So Buccaneers fans, I'll let you listen to this. Our problem's been 3rd and long, not 3rd and short. We're terrible on 3rd and 18. It's almost a 1st down every time. So Bucs fans, that's why Lions fans been wanting a James Houston, is because when it's known passing downs, we've had problem getting to the quarterback. And so now James Houston being activated, who's really good at pass rush, is going to be a big deal to the Lions. Again, you're going to see him 10, 15 snaps. You're not going to see him the whole time. It's only going to be probably on 3rd downs. I'm going to assume 3rd and long. That's when you're going to see James Houston, but that's been our Achilles heel. So it's a big, big upgrade for the Lions defense. That's huge for 3rd and long. That's huge because that's our Achilles heel. 3rd and long, it's like Baker to Mike Evans would be guaranteed 1st down, right? 3rd and 18, we already know where it's going to go. Mike Evans, he's going to get it. But now it's going to force Baker Mayfield to throw the ball a little bit faster because James Houston is very quick. Yes, he'll be playing on Sunday. James Houston will be playing on Sunday. Shout out to James Houston for getting healthy. We are now near 100% health for the first time, the second time this season. First time week 1, we were 100% health. That's great for the Lions. We are a healthy football team. We are healthy. Oh my God. And look, that's part of it, right? That's part of making a run for teams is also health. Like to make it to a Super Bowl, you need a lot of things going for you. A ton of things. You need some luck too. You throw luck in there, but you need a great team, a great head coach. You need health. You need a little bit of luck. You need things to bounce your way a little bit because you're facing teams that are good, like Tampa Bay's good, but you need everything on your side to do it. So, and we're healthy, so that's another positive. But the one thing I think that Tampa Bay's really got going for itself, folks, and that's something that we need to really understand, is they're playing with house money. What do I mean by they're playing with house money? No one expects Tampa Bay to be in the divisional round of the playoffs. So guess what? They're going to let it all hang out. They may do some funky plays. They may do trick plays. They may go for it on 4th down a little bit more. They may do a fake punt. They may do a flea flicker. So when you're playing with house money, they let it all hang out, and that's the way you want a team to play, and they're playing like that. I think they'll play like that on Sundays. That's something that we got to watch for. Is they're probably just going to let it all hang out, and that's the way it should. That's what Detroit does. Dan Gamble, they call him, right? Is they let it all hang out, and I truly do enjoy that. I like that. I like that philosophy, and I think both teams are going to let it all hang out. Yep, Big M, you're correct. No one expected the Lions to be here, and that's why we're playing with house money too. No one expected the Lions to be here. So you got two teams like that, and I think it's going to be a great game. And again, would I be sad if the Lions lost? 100%, but I'm very proud where they're at. And for me, I'm happy. Everything, like for me, I don't know about you guys, but for me, if we win, it's just like an extra awesomeness. But it's already been a great season. Good run, health, getting hot, all at the right time. Yeah, plus defense and making stops. Everything, like, that's how it works. And so it doesn't matter that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are 9-8. They're 1-0 now in the postseason. Lions are 1-0. So that's the way it is, right? So you got 1-0 versus 1-0. You don't know how Jared Goff could. We've seen where he just plays out of his. He's been playing out of his mind. He's been playing out of his mind. I think Baker's been playing really well. So It's going to be a fun game. And I don't care that Baker Mayfield, again, that Tampa Bay was 9-8. It doesn't mean anything to me. It's more of matchups. And why I preferred facing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is because that Tampa Bay is not the most, our defense is bad against mobile quarterbacks. And he's not much that mobile. He can extend the play. He's got decent legs, but he's not Justin Fields or Lamar Jackson. So that's why I like the matchup. It had nothing to do with really anything else. Let's see. Did they move Will Harris to #1 cornerback? No. If they did that, I would say Tampa Bay's winning the game. If they move Will Harris #1, then Tampa Bay gonna win the game. Let's see. Who's your X factor for the game? Mine is Gibbs. Oof, great question. X factor for a game here. You know what? Mine is it's going to stay with this, and it's going to be like this the whole offseason or the postseason right now. Offensive line. The Lions, offensive line, if they keep Jared Goff healthy, they win. If they don't, we lose. The X factor is always going to be the offensive line for sure. How about James Houston being an X factor as well? Now he's coming in. He could be an absolute X factor. Again, we're getting killed with these 3rd and longs. We've been killed all year long with it. And getting pressure on Baker Mayfield will help. But Baker's good against the blitz as well. He's good against the blitz. That's why we need to have somebody opposite of Aidan Hutchinson get pressure, because he's good against the blitz. He proved it versus Philadelphia Eagles. They was blitzing him like crazy, and he was making some clutch throws. So I'll go with James Houston. We get maybe on 3rd and 15, we don't have to freaking blitz, right? You got James Houston in there, and you got Aidan Hutchinson. They're able to get to Baker Mayfield, resulting in not have to blitz. No one's sleeping on the Bucs defense. Well, I'm sure ain't. Mike, do you think about, let's see, the problem is back. Hutch is going to get even more pressure. That's what I agree, for sure. I concur with you. Does Mike Evans go over 200? I'll say he gets 190 yards receiving, so just under. Do you think that CJ Gardner-Johnson messing with Baker Mayfield? Lots of fans are upset. No, I really don't. Look, if you need CJ Gardner-Johnson to motivate Baker Mayfield, who has been released by multiple teams, to be motivated, then that's a problem. Baker Mayfield's motivated because multiple teams released him, and he has a lot to prove. CJ Gardner-Johnson is probably the last person on his mind. Let's keep that 100. So he's got a lot of motivation that doesn't even result in anything that we say. And if we need Baker Mayfield to motivate us, that's a problem too. Like, we should be motivated by more than just what Baker Mayfield responds or any player responds. This is like, we're motivated because we haven't won in forever, right? So that's our motivation. But Baker's motivation is everybody released him, and he wants to prove to the world that he's not a terrible quarterback. He would love. I'm sure this is more like FU Browns, right? Browns released him for Deshaun Watson. FU Carolina for releasing him. FU Rams for releasing, and now he's on a team that's winning. So that's his motivation. Levante David is great. White is awesome. No one's underestimating the Buccaneers defense. Hashtag Bucks have the worst rushing offense in the NFL. We need to stop the run. Yeah, they're not going to run on us. They're not going to run on us. And I've been saying this every game for a while, and teams' fan base keep disagreeing with me. Will run? No. The only way teams run on us is with the mobile quarterback. If you take mobile quarterbacks out, no running back runs on the Detroit Lions defense. Nobody runs on this defense. If you look at the numbers, you will be absolutely stunned that nobody can run on the Lions except for mobile quarterbacks, in which that's why I don't want to go up against mobile quarterbacks. But you can't run on us. We force you to pass, and that's the bottom line. They just going tit for tat. You know how players do sometimes. You're just going back and forth. Nothing really serious. Little bickering back and forth. Detroit has heart, though. This year, your team's irrelevant. Sorry. We have a lot. I would say he's a go. I know he's on the injury report, but I say he's a go. Great. Good. He can rush the quarterback, that's for sure. I think he's got 8 sacks on the season, so he's a good LB for them. Hopefully the crowd Sutton has a decent match with Mike Evans. Would you line him up against? We have no choice but to line Sutton up against Mike Evans. What's you going to be Vildor? Vildor is not a number 1. Cam Sutton's he is like a number 2. We have no choice. He's the best corner on this team, unfortunately. And they're going to get theirs. That's why we need corners in the offseason. Make no mistake, they're going to get theirs. 3rd and longs, we need cornerbacks to go back farther, and snaps 3rd and longs make me. Yeah, I know they do. It's the first choice or free agent choice to seek next season. I think this. Yeah, I think we got to draft a corner, and we got to pick one up in free agency. The 3rd and long, you know what scares me more? 3rd and 15 than more than 3rd and 2. I know that sounds crazy, but generally speaking, on 3rd and 2, teams tend to run for it. 3rd and long, they're gonna throw it. 3rd and long scare me more than 3rd and short. Beyond happy with the playoff win. However, feel like if we seize this opportunity and make a run at Super Bowl, we could beat the Bucs, and we have a shot at Green Bay, San Francisco. Hey, it's house money. We won our playoff game. Anything here is plus, and we want more. But it's all plus. It's all house money now. The Lions win. It's just an added positive. Is the Lions going to double team receivers? Probably not. You know, I want them to double Mike Evans, but they're not doubling as of late. So probably not. I mean, I'm just going to go with that. Lions should trade for Benjamin St. Just in the offseason. This team is built for long success. Oh, yeah, we are. This team is. Lions are the 5th youngest team in the National Football League. It's a young team. And Lions are really good at drafting. So guess what? I expect them to draft well this year. You draft well, you're going to be a good team. That's why me and Raw Detroit, Raw Podcast, always talk about the draft for years. We've talked about the draft, the draft, the draft, the draft, the draft. Not free agency. Free agency is just solidifying what you're going to do for the draft. It is getting selected players, but it's all about the draft. If you hit the draft, you're going to be a good team. If you miss the draft, you're going to be the Detroit Lions of 2008. That's the way it is. Would you rather face the Packers or 49ers? Here's the thing, man. I'm not going to lie, and I know this is controversial. I think the better matchup for the Lions is the 49ers because Brock Purdy's not the most mobile. He can extend the play like a Baker Mayfield, but he's not mobile like a Lamar Jackson. Jordan Love is, and our defense just plays bad against those guys. But the double-edged sword here is you would have the Packers at home. The 49ers would be on the road. So I think the better matchup would be the 49ers, but the home field advantage would be a positive. So I'd go with the Packers just because of home field. But I think the better matchup would be the 49ers. But it's, again, on the road. So it's difficult. Would you take Danielle Hunter or Josh Allen in free agency? All the above. I'd probably take Danielle Hunter because he's going to be a little bit cheaper because he's older. And you're removing a guy from the NFC North and putting him on your team, so it's addition by subtraction. Danielle Hunter had 15.5 sacks. Josh Allen is the younger player. I think he's 25. So if you want to do a longer investment, that's the way to go, but it's going to cost more. Mike, is there a cornerback prospect out there in the draft you'd like to get? How about Kool-Aid? I'll get Kool-Aid. Put him on his defense. I take him right now. Do you think Devin Witherspoon was our #1 target last year's draft? Yes, I do. I think when the Seattle Seahawks drafted him, that's why we decided to trade down. Because remember, they said they were thinking about trading up for Jahmyr Gibbs from 18. So if that was the case, they probably would have took Devin Witherspoon at 6, traded up from, I don't know, 18 to 12 to take Jahmyr Gibbs. So I do think that's the target. But it is what it is. I mean, I love Devin Witherspoon's really good. Really good. But I like Jack Campbell. I like our draft, so I'm not going to cry about it. Not going to cry about it. I like it. See, everyone's here is very respectful of that in the comment section. We play well on the road, but yeah, I'd rather pack at home. Yep. It's a double-edged sword, man. It's a double-edged sword. Darius Slay calls Lions fans uppity. Well, Darius Slay, we have lost for many, many years. We are not uppity. We want to win. And if you don't like that, it is what it is. Would you take a defensive players from Michigan? I have to look at everybody. I'm not going to take a player just to take a player from a college. That's the way I see it right there. What would you trade to get Kool-Aid? Well, I don't know exactly where he's mocked in the draft, but probably a top 18 pick. So I would trade up in the draft to get him. I have no problem trading up in the draft to get a stud. We've done it every draft, so why wouldn't we do it again? Do you think Julian clears waivers and signs with the practice squad? Oh, yeah, I think he probably does clear waivers. Maybe the Giants would take him. I know the Giants were interested in him. But very well could clear waivers. He's not that special, man. He's not. What has he done for us? Nothing. He hasn't done anything. So it's not like he's some great player. He's just young. The 49ers have no experience against the Packers. Have experience, not only division rivals. Yeah, I know. It's a double-edged sword. There's positives and negatives for each. So whatever happens, like if the 49ers win or the Packers win, there's going to be positives and negatives off it. Stafford and Slay just salty that they're not winning season. I don't understand. Look, there's no reason to be salty, man. Taking shots at the fans because they want to win. What, do you want us to lose? If our team goes to Tampa Bay, in theory, like if we were to go to Tampa Bay this weekend, in theory, and their fans booed our team, I'm not mad at the fans. Of course they're going to boo our team. They want to win. Like what the? I would be shocked if they didn't boo us. We're trying to win. Of course, their fans don't want them to win. I expect Buccaneers fans at their, to boo us. Or if we go to San Francisco, I expect them to boo us. I'm not going to be mad at their fans. They want to win. It's nothing against. It's not like they're doing it out of malice. They're doing it because they want to win. There's nothing wrong with that. Shout out to Bucs fans. They want to win. Of course. I have no problem with Bucs fans saying they're going to win the game. But of course, I want to win the game. They want to win the game. 49ers want to win. The Ravens want to. Every team wants to win. Blaming their fan base? I got to do that, man. Not salty. And guess what? If Tampa Bay wins, I'm not going to be salty about their fans cheering that they won. That's what they want. I mean, of course. If they win, they win. It is what it is. I'm not going to be salty about it. If we don't draft a cornerback, do you see us probably taking a shot like L'Jarius Sneed or SB like that? I fully expect them to take cornerback. That's not even the realm of possibility. They will draft a cornerback. I'm just saying it, right? They're going to get one in free agency. I fully expect it, and they're going to draft one in the draft. Make no mistake about it. That edge rusher offensive guard will be addressed this offseason, probably both in the draft and free agency. Robert Bruce, you're 100% correct. Yep, just seen that he was waived. Oh, 100%. And I expect you guys to have pride, right? Florida, if you're a Buck fan or whatever fan base, 100%. I support it. Support your team. You know what? I always talk about how I like to see representation from fan bases that's not represented by the mainstream media a lot. I love it. And I don't think that Tampa Bay is one of the biggest markets in the world, so I have no problem with them supporting their team and their content creators coming out, because we do the same thing over here. I always support smaller markets because the mainstream media likes to promote the same teams: the Dallas Cowboys, the Los Angeles Rams, the New York Giants. I say, what about other teams? What about Jacksonville, Cleveland, Detroit, Tampa? What about the smaller market teams that are not talked about? And so I have zero problem with that. I support it. I will wish your team nothing but the best after Sunday. Nothing but the best. You know, obviously I want the worst on Sunday. I want the Lions to win. But after that, hey, do your thing, man. Trade up for Kool-Aid in the draft so we can double fist drinking. I know, right? What a great name, by the way. Some of these guys, they just great names. You wanted us to wear Stafford jersey. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of Lions pride in Florida. Yep, there is, because a lot of the snowbirds. 100%. But there's pride for Dolphins and the, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Anybody that suggested that we are going to go out there, wear a Stafford jersey, and celebrate Stafford coming to Ford Field trying to beat us for the first playoff win in 32 years are absolutely fundamentally delusional. Even the media were saying that. Though the Lions fans are in a bit of a quandary. Are you on crack? I think we know our fan base a lot more. That's why they chanted Jared Goff. Because y'all media thought that we was going to support Stafford beating us. That's why you heard Jared Goff, Jared Goff, Jared Goff. Y'all thought we was going to support a guy trying to beat us? Hey, man, I don't know what you're all smoking, but pass that stuff over here. End the curse. No Super Bowl with Willie Clay Ford still disgracing the unis. Man, I got no hate for the owners, man. Like, he's dead. So, like, what am I going to do? What am I going to say? Like, he's disgracing us because they put WCF there? I don't really know that, man. I think it's kind of ugly, but disgracing? I don't know about disgracing. I've been a Lions. I know, and this is a great Lions fan. The Buccaneers fans, and it's just a select few. I'm not saying all Bucs fans, by the way. We got some good ones in here right now. That's being rational. I've dealt with a lot of rational fan bases. So I'm not knocking Bucs fans. It's the ones that are homers, just like any fan base. We all got homers, right? We all got them in every fan base. But we have heard every single thing that you can throw at us. We don't have Super Bowl wins. We went 0-16. It doesn't bother us. Just an FYI. Like, when you do that in the comments or you say, like, well, your team has won 0 Super Bowls, LOL. We're Lions fans. We know. Yeah, we get it. Tell us something that we don't know. Like, we've heard it all. Our team's won 2 playoff wins since the 1950s, okay? We heard it all. It don't bother us, man. I went to the NFL draft in 2009 when we went 0-16 to see Stafford get drafted. I've heard it and seen it all. It doesn't bother us. It doesn't make me mad. What happened in the past has no relevance as what's going to happen on Sunday. 0. It doesn't, and guess what? It doesn't affect the team, and it doesn't affect Dan Campbell, and it doesn't affect the fans. I will never celebrate Stafford trying to beat us. Now, if he retires a Detroit Lion, I'll celebrate him. If he wants to come here to Detroit and celebrate, but I'm not going to celebrate Stafford trying to beat us. I have no issue with Matthew Stafford. Any quarterback that tries to beat us, I'm going to boo. Okay? It doesn't matter who it is. I've got no ill will to the guy. I have no ill will to Kelly Stafford. I think she's annoying. I think she's dumb to say that we're booing her kids. Really? Do you really believe that, or are you trying to get sympathy on your side? It's one of two things. It's either you actually are delusional and you believe that Lions fans boo your kids, or you're trying to get sympathy to people to feel bad for you. We have no sympathy here. We don't boo kids. Okay? That's the most ridiculous comment I've ever heard in my entire life. And we boo the Bucs. 100%. And if we went to Tampa, they boo us. I fully expect it. That's the whole point of home field advantage and on the road. That's why it's hard to win on the road. You're not just going against the team, you're going against all the fans in there. You didn't boo Dallas? Are you kidding me? I boo Dallas any chance I get. There's two teams I hate the most. The Packers and the Dallas Cowboys. That's the bottom line. Oh, yeah, I boo Dallas. Who's more annoying, Kelly or Mahomes' wife? I would say Kelly. She's annoying, man. Just saying that we booed her kids is ridiculous. She knows that's BS, man. That's just trying to get the sympathy. Yeah, she wanted to go. That's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it... Yeah, I know. That's what it is. You picked Dallas over Detroit. Yes, I did pick Dallas to beat Detroit. 100%. Because the stats showed and passes showed referees in Dallas, it happens. Guess who won? Dallas. Just because I pick a team to win doesn't mean I'm rooting for that team to win. Let's see, Jay Burt. Do you pick the Detroit Lions to go 17-0 every year? If you're a person who picks your team to go 17-0 every single year, and you're an analyst, you are biased and a homer. I am not biased. Well, I'm a little biased. I like my team, but I'm not to the point where I'm just going to automatically say the Lions win every single game. That is stupid. And if you say your team wins every game, and if you don't agree that you pick another team to win, you're not a Lions fan, is the most ridiculous stuff I have heard every single time in my entire life. Do you think if I come on here and I were to tell you that we win every single game, I would be at 57,000 subscribers? No, I would be at 1,000 subscribers, because anybody with a brain knows that the Detroit Lions or any team does not win every single game. The only one team to do it, and that was the Dolphins in the 70s. The Patriots came close and they lost in the Super Bowl. Bias equals fan. What did I put in my analysis, Jay Burt, about the Dallas Cowboys? I said they would win. And one of the things I said is there's always screwy refs in the game. What happened? Exactly that. It's magic. I do want my team to win. There is a big difference between wanting your team to win and expecting them to win every single game. I got mocked by a lot of people because I said 3 years ago the Lions go 3 to 5 wins. What happened? 13-1. I said last year they would get to 9 to 10 wins. Or 8 to 9 wins. They got 9 wins. I said this year they'll get to 11 wins. They got to 12. They overdid it. Just because you want your team to win, it doesn't mean it's a good idea to go there and say they're going to win every single game, because that means you're a terrible analyst. If you actually think they're going to win every game 24/7 every year. That's a terrible analyst. Now, look, I am analyzing this. Like I said, I go by matchups. I don't go by just being a Lions fan and automatically that means we win a game. I don't do that. Do you think that Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes thought in year one they were going to win every game? Let me ask you this right here. Do you believe they thought that? Because they will tell you we knew it was going to be rough. We knew it was going to suck. And that's the people that run the team. Jared Goff told you he knew it was going to be rough and it was going to suck. They're Lions players, and they're in the organization. They run the Detroit Lions as a coach and a general manager in the quarterback position. Yet, by your standard, they're not Lions fans. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my entire life. So by that thought process, that means that Jared Goff, Dan Campbell, and Brad Holmes are not Lions fans because they did not expect to win every single game. By your definition, Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell's not Lions fans. Okay. Let's see here. The only thing Matthew Stafford ever accomplished was Pro Bowl MVP. It's not even team related. We owe Matthew Stafford nothing. Look, I got no problem with Matthew Stafford personally at all. I think, I think he's a little salty. It is what it is. I guess we'd all be a little bit salty. You know what I'm saying? If you lose. But I'm not going to cheer him to beat our team. If he comes back here and retires a Detroit Lion, I'll cheer him. Awesome. That's what I'll do. But that's not the case. And I'm not doing that. No. They wanted the check lines. One want to expect is yes, exactly. It's two different things. Sometimes being realistic sucks. It does suck. But if you're realistic and you take the time to do the research, if you're confident in what you say, you'll come on here and you'll start talking to people this way. There's a reason why I do this. It's not because I just pick it. I go through it all. There's a reason why. I'm on the huge show tomorrow in studio talking Detroit Lions. I just want to get views. That's why I'm a bandwagon fan. Folks, I'm a bandwagon fan. I dedicated my whole life now as a job to the Detroit Lions. Started 5 years ago, over 15,000 videos. And when I first started, 2 years into it, I had a full-time job. Yet I did YouTube for 20 hours a week. Talking Detroit Lions. Not getting paid for it for 2 years. Doing this every single day. Getting mocked by my own family. I was mocked for starting my YouTube channel. I was told that you're a loser to start your YouTube channel. You might as well give it up. I said, no, I'm a Lions fan. This is what I do. Every single day. You think that I do this because I'm a bandwagon fan? I'm going to suggest to you, snitches. Snitch you right now. Create a YouTube channel. Do this every single day, 20 hours a week. And at the end of it, let me call you a bandwagon fan. All the hours that you put into this. So you see making a video is a 12-minute video, but it generally takes 4 hours to make a video. Going live is the easiest. You just get on here, you click live, and you talk. Bandwagon fan, you're on crack wagon fan. If you actually believe that. Let's see. NFC Championship in Detroit would be awesome. Go ahead and ignore what I said above. I didn't even see what you said above. So it's not ignoring it. Let's see. How does your family react to your YouTube success now? Well, I divorced my wife. I got a new girlfriend. You know, when you're around negativity, when somebody, they dog you 24/7, it's funny because I was dogged every single day doing this. You know how much pressure I had to quit? Every single day, you need to quit, you need to quit. Your family members mocking you every single day, but you feel like you want to tell your thoughts. You feel like that you're a Lions fan and you want to get with others and talk about it. Now, she's divorced. And, you know, it's funny. It's funny that all these people that mock me now, they ask for tickets. They ask for tickets. Okay, can we meet? Can we meet up with Herman? You know how many times I get asked for tickets? How many times I get asked to meet Herman Moore? People that mocked you, they get no love from me. Zero. Now, the people that are humble and cool, like 99% of you in here, if I ever a chance to meet you, I have no problem meeting you. No problem introducing you to Herm. I have no problem because you're Lions fans just like me. Yeah, I did. I did go to the draft after 0-16 and wore my Lions gear in New York, getting mocked. So, get up out of here, dog. There was only like 5 Lions fans at that draft after 0-16, and I was one of them. So get up out of here, dog. My own money just to see Stafford get drafted because I knew we were drafting him. But yeah, let the haters hate. I got to make a video for LNU here. So it's going to be about James Houston. Get ready for that. Give me about 20 minutes. The video will be up. I'm about to get off here, make a video for Lions Nation Unite.